Hey everybody, this is Nate and Nash coming to you from Palen Music down here in Springfield, Missouri, and we are really excited to start partnering with our friends over at Amplified Nation. These guys are out of Hudson, Massachusetts. They make a phenomenal amplifier. Oh, and you know what, by the way, you ought to go over to Chords and Coffee. That's a show we do every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. and I got the opportunity to do a Chords and Coffee with Taylor Cox from Amplified Nation. He's the owner, designer, visionary behind these beautiful amplifiers, and today we're gonna take a look at the Overdrive Reverb. Look at these gorgeous amps. Big chunks of tonal rock candy, ready to satisfy your sweet tooth looking for a good sound. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is the harmonically rich tone content you've been looking for. It's the D-style amp. Can we say it? Can we say it? Dumble, there it is. I mean, look at the aesthetic of it. It's clearly, and this one's even named Steel String Singer. So much more in the, what I would call reasonable price range than compared to something like that.
A few less zeros.
Exactly. But, these sound amazing. That first little piece you heard, that was the middle pickup, okay, on this Shabbat Lion, which is a fantastic guitar. And it was really piano-like, right, as far as like all the harmonic content. And if I could say anything, if for some reason you're not familiar with this, this is the showpiece of this amplifier, is all of the rich harmonic content that comes up when you need it, and somehow magically, that's the mystique of this, shrinks away, you know. And so Nash, you could probably speak more intelligently to the specs of this amp than I can, so go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. So this particular one is 50 watts, the 6L6 platform. You know, the thing that D-style amps are known for is that they allow a player to sound like themselves, utterly and completely. And one of the ways that this does it is it has tons of different switches and features built into it. So no matter if you're on the stage or if you're in the studio, you're going to be able to revoice the amp to work with whatever guitar you're using or whatever genre you're doing. You have a bright switch, so you can add a little sparkle. The deep switch obviously adds a little heft to the low end, and then you've got jazz and rock, which is pretty self-explanatory. Got a cascading gain stage between the clean and the overdrive channel, and then you have a FET boost that's built into the circuit to add a little saturation and a little grit when you need it.
Yeah, so like here's a neck pickup. I'm on the Shabbat Lion, like I said. These are Lawler, I think there's vintage tees is what these are. Middle pickup. Back pickup. And that reverb. I love reverb. You know that. If you watched any of these videos, I love reverb. That reverb is somehow rich and swimmy, but then when you're starting to play, it kind of, I don't know, it gets out of the way. I don't know what's going on in there, but there's some hoochie faducci happening inside that amplifier.
It's definitely not a one-trick pony. You've got a send and return, which effectively is a dwell, so depth of the reverb, and then you also have a control that controls the mix and volume of it overall, which gives you a lot more options, especially in a mix, because you can get like a really dense, fat sounding reverb and set it lower in the mix, which is not something you can do with most conventional amplifiers.
Yep, totally. So here is the overdrive side. I've got my volume cranked up. I'm playing through a single coil pickup. And I mean, that is still, still pretty quiet for his, I mean, look, this thing is going, right? It just wants to sustain. I love that tone because that is straight up the middle. I mean, that's just, you know, country, that's rock, that's whatever. So tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna play a few different guitars through each amp, just to kind of give a quick overview. And 1, 2, 3, here we go. All right, we got the LSL Satakoy. This one's named Bodie, and she sounds bodacious. Here it comes. Still going. How about this clean though? So all we did different between this and the Shabbat Lion was we flipped the jazz or the jazz switch to the rock setting on here, which is like an EQ thing, right, Nash?
Yeah.
And then turned down the reverb just a skosh, because on that opening piece we wanted to showcase a lot of reverb. But even with the reverb turned down, you still get some really great volume swell. Sounds awesome. Next guitar. All right, up next is the Heritage H150. This is the one I've been waiting for. Here we go. That's hard to believe that's the same amp. We went from just angry Texas, Billy Gibbons, burn-ins deliciousness to smooth, mellow, chai latte on an autumn day. Warmth.
Got a lot of range, man.
Yeah. Awesome. Let's keep going. One more. All right, we got the Gibson Murphy Lab 335. Here it comes. I think these things like each other. All right, so that's the Overdrive Reverb from Amplified Nation. If you've got any questions about that or you just want to talk gear in general, just give us a call, 417-882-7006. Me and Nash love talking with you, or you can visit us on our website at palenmusic.com. We're always here for you. We'll see you soon.